Sniper Elite 3, we're doing the collectibles. We're on the third map here, the past, AA Gamer for Life, Demented Priest. Okay, this level also has a bunch of stuff to collect, and you definitely want to do all the side objectives is when you're progressing through the map. And like all the maps, you can pretty much kill off everybody if you need to backtrack to collect anything. Okay, right from the beginning, you take the path around, and we're going to get our first diary over here, I believe. I think the optional objectives kind of unlocks the general at the end. So there's also an achievement for basically killing that guy at the end. So you definitely do want to do all the objective, which basically means you're collecting everything as you're kind of progressing through the map. Alright, so that's our first diary right there. Okay, so the optional objectives are also diary, war diary related as well. Okay, so as you work your way around, we're going to hit the first set of buildings, if you want to call it, all that, village. Anyway, part of this is to take out 3 artillery pieces as well. Okay, so as you get up into this first building by our sandbags is our next war diary. Okay, and this building is our next diary, but it's also, it starts the side objectives as soon as you walk in, the optional quest or objectives. It's a diary, but then it's also part of your optional stuff, and you want to do all that. It kind of gets you the location, or not really the location, but it makes the general spawn up at the end. And there's also an achievement for shooting him called End of the Line. But the thing is, if you don't follow these optional objectives as you're progressing through the map, there's a chance he may not be there. Okay, so we're going to get to our first sniper nest up here, and obviously we've already killed everybody in the immediate area. The long shot is on the second of the sniper nest, so basically we're just going to activate this to get recorded for it and then move on. It's I don't really want to say it's funny, but the game was a very simple, straightforward type of game, and yet it was still riddled with glitches. Go figure. Okay, so as you work your way around, I believe this is going to be our first artillery piece here. As you can see, we already taken care of business here. Yeah, so it wasn't a very big game. Talking 8 chapters, and they definitely gave you, quite a few optional objectives to do in there to prolong the game. And you got all these collectibles, but Uh, the weapons never really seem to get all that great or anything in particular, and the side things are just they had several small add-ons in the game to add to the game. But like I said, the game was very glitchy for being as small as it was. But you know what? That's a story for another day. We're just about collecting and finding the collectibles. Obviously, if you're watching these videos, you got the game and you just want to know where the shit's at. So, my views on the game are really not that important. Okay, so as you work your way around, we got the home where the first artillery piece is, and you take the tunnel around to this next area. We're going to come along to the guy that has our next weapons part. This gentleman right up here by the radio tower. So we're going to work our way around to him and get our next weapons part. And of course there's a dozen or so dudes around here as well. And wait for our opportune time to take this dude out. Okay, if you wanted to sabotage that generator and then get to sniping all these other people, I think me and my buddy Demet Priest just started shooting everybody, but that's our next weapons part right there. Okay, so we pretty much got everybody down here and it's time to move on. Okay, this is I'm not exactly sure what was going on. We found this diary, or we believe to be a diary, but I don't think it's part of our ones that we collected. 'Cause as soon as you collect it, it doesn't really come up as a war diary, although it kind of looks like it, and it's there, and I collected it, but it never pops up on my thing. And I'm like, I don't think this is one of the ones that, as you can see, we're still 4 at 9. And I don't know, the thing just never came up as far as it counting as a war diary. I don't know if it was just put in there extra or what the situation is, but it is what it is. So anyway, just keep moving on. Our next diary is coming up here, but our next objective, optional objectives up here as well. Okay, up here, if you jump across to the rooftop, right there, it'll pop up as okay, the objective updated, and then you saw over to the right there was a war diary as well, 5 and 9. And then from here you just jump back to the path and head to the right, and there'll be like a little campfire going on, and another diary will be down there. Okay, so there's the war diary. Alright, so just kind of head back up the path and we're going to come around to the little cave here, and that's going to take us to our next populated area where the home of the second sniper nest is, and our long shot, and our next weapons part as well. So, alright, so you go up through here. There's our sniper nest, but straight across the way, I believe by another tower, is the guy that has our next weapons part. That's him right there. Okay, there's also another objective in here to turn off the radio communications, I think it was. They got like a little cellar or some kind of underground area that has a radio that you pull the switch, and that's another optional objective to deal with. But anyway, we're going to work our way around. We'll have to eliminate as many enemies as we need to get up to that guy. Again, this is not about a walkthrough, although the videos are a little on the lengthy side, but you know, it's always easier to just kind of jump through the video a little bit easier, but there's a lot of people that like, how did you get there, and that kind of thing. So try to leave the way we got around in there as well. Alright, so once we get to this building, we took out as many people as we could, and just waiting for this guy to kind of do his little routine back and forth, and we're going to get up there and take him out and get our next weapon part. Alright, go ahead and get our weapon part now. Okay, so we still got a few enemies laying around. We're going to head down into the lower level area, get the two guys on the radio, and that's another optional quest objective. Still being stealthy, because if you were running, the guys in the cellar area would definitely hear you and then come on up. The building I was just in has a way down, but gonna head over to the other building, take the stairs down there. At least this way we can kind of get to the back side of these two guys down here. I'm gonna get one, and my buddy Dementa Priest will get the other one. Headshot, headshot. And there's our next war diary as well. Okay, that'll be number 7. Go ahead and flip the switch here. Now the only downside of flipping that switch is it kind of ruins your noise for coming up to the sniper nest. And it's just one of those things where if you're trying to get the long shot and you wind up missing a few times and the enemy's starting to get up your butt about it, then you may just have to reload the checkpoint. But as you can see, my buddy highlighted him. Okay, so that's our number 2 nest. There's our long shot. It wasn't easy. Alright, so after that, deal with the enemies, and we're going to continue on. All 3 of the collectible cards are kind of in the later part of the map. And I believe it's going to be our first set of cards right here. There's a look on the map. We were basically shooting at this building from the sniper nest. I believe there was a turret on the roof here. And as you make your way through it, okay, there's our 3rd sniper nest. It's also going to be the home of the next collectible card as soon as we get done with this sniper nest. I don't believe that we're going to shoot anybody from here, but okay. So right in here is our next set of collectible cards.
I need more ammo.
Okay, so there's our next war diary right there. Okay, so we're gonna work our way around. Okay, on the back side of these 3 trucks. Gonna be a little table over here. And there's our next set of collectible cards. And the last one. Okay, so that's all the collectible cards. As you make your way over to the other tower here, a little cave in here, and that's going to be our next war diary. Okay, so that takes care of all the collectibles. You come up to this tower, you take out the dude, and then you'll get a bead on this general guy, and you can see the marker above his head there. And then you take him out first, and then you go ahead and destroy your artillery piece, and that's going to be it. Again, this is achievement related. And as long as you're following the optional quest, collecting all the data, you get your end of the line achievement, which really nothing too hard there. And then go ahead and take out the artillery, and after that there's a tank that you got to deal with before leaving the area. And there shouldn't be too hard as far as planting a landmine or whatever. Double A Game with Wife to Make a Priest. Hope you're finding the videos helpful. Appreciate the thumbs up and subscribe. If you like the videos, you can always support us by checking out the ads.